What do you think of when you hear the term India's space sector? Perhaps the Indian Space Research Organization, also known as ISRO. Maybe you think of ISRO's recent Chandrayaan-3 lunar mission that's trying to land on the south side of the moon as we speak. Or perhaps the regular satellite launches from Indian installations, often for other nations. Since 1999, India has launched 381 satellites for 34 countries, and that has brought in about $279 million. So India has been making a name for itself in the commercial space race. Both the scientific and commercial Indian space ventures have been growing by leaps and bounds.
Hello friends, let's talk about today for space tourism in India. Imagine taking a vacation that is out of this world. Literally, space tourism is no longer just science fiction, it's becoming a reality. With companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin making it possible for civilians to venture beyond Earth's atmosphere. Today, we are exploring the growing trend of space tourism and, more importantly, what it could mean for India. Well, we will see space tourists for India soon, and can Indian companies become a major players in the space race? Let's find out.
Imagine rising above the clouds to the edge of space, looking down on Earth in the comfort of a luxury space balloon. Sounds like a sci-fi movie, right? It's not. This ambitious company is making it happen. But let's rewind a bit. Space Perspective is radically reimagining the future of space tourism. They've developed the first carbon-neutral spaceflight experience. Passengers board the spaceship Neptune, a luxury cabin featuring a world-class menu, comfortable seats, and even Wi-Fi, which then ascends to space via the help of their space balloon.
What is space tourism? Before we dive into India's potential, let's quickly break down what space tourism is. So, space tourism refers to commercial space travel for non-professional astronauts. In simple terms, it's the idea of regular people like you and me traveling to the space for leisure. This could mean flying to the edge of space for a brief experience of weightlessness or even spending time in orbit around the Earth. Several private companies are making this dream a reality, like SpaceX, founded by Elon Musk, aims to send humans to Mars, and they have already sent civilians on space missions. Blue Origin, owned by Jeff Bezos, have already conducted multiple successful flights with civilian onboards. Another major player is Virgin Galactic, which focus on suborbital space flights for tourists. The space tourism space is well underway globally, but where does India fit into this?
T-minus 2 days before the world's richest man sets sail for space. All systems go for Jeff Bezos and Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket.
The launch crew is ready, the vehicle is ready, the crew is ready, and the flight director is ready.
Really want you to come with me.
The crew featuring Bezos, his brother Mark, and the soon-to-be youngest and oldest astronauts.
How are you?
Oh, honey, I couldn't be better.
Wally Funk, one of the few to train for Mercury space missions back in the 1960s, is 82 years old. She'll be joined by 18-year-old Oliver Damon, a last-minute replacement after the original winner of a $28 million auction backed out.
I feel a responsibility because I'm the youngest in space, and to get more people interested in space, and not even just space, but science.
The launch coming just over a week after another billionaire got his astronaut wings. Sir Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic Unity spaceship was the first to soar to the edge of space, giving the crew roughly 4 minutes of near-zero gravity and out-of-this-world views.
It's a complete experience for lifetime.
So, let's talk about the future of space tourism in India. So, India has a rich legacy in space exploration thanks to the Indian Space Research Organization, which has successfully completed many challenging missions, from launching satellites at the fraction of global cost to sending missions to Mars and the Moon. ISRO is globally recognized for its achievements, but could India also become a player in the space tourism industry? So, space tourism in India is still in its infancy, but the potential is huge. The country has established space industry a talented pool of engineers and growing interest from the private sector. In fact, with India's expertise in cost-effective space mission, India's space tourism could offer more affordable space travel compared to the international players. This could democratize access to space for not just billionaires, but perhaps a wider group of people. So, who are the potential Indian players into space tourism? Now, let's talk about the key player who could lead the charge in space tourism from India. One is ISRO, definitely. Although ISRO has primary focus on the scientific and defense mission, their low-cost satellite launches and successful missions like Chandrayaan and Mangalyaan have shown the world that India can achieve space milestone officially had a fraction of the global cost. Tourism, why could ISRO hasn't pivotal role in developing India's infrastructure or collaborating with private companies like to make it happen? Second is Skyroot Aerospace. The Indian startup has already made headlines by developing private rockets for satellite launches. They could very well pivot towards human space flight. They could very well pivot toward human space flight and space tourism in the near future. Skyroot Aerospace is positioned to become one of the first Indian private companies to cater to the commercial space sector. Third one is Agnikul Cosmos, another startup from India. Agnikul is building custom launch vehicle and is focused on reducing the cost of sending payload to space. Their technology could be a foundation for future human space flight and tourism. Fourth one is Dhruva Space. This company is another important player focusing on building satellite platforms and space tech in India. This could partner with other companies to develop space tourism related technology like satellite hotels or orbital stays. So, with these ambitious startups and the expertise of ISRO, India could emerge as a major player in the global space tourism industry. So, what could space industry tourism in India looks like? Now, let's imagine what space tourism in India might look like. Initially, we could expect suborbital flights where tourists fly beyond the Earth's atmosphere and experience zero gravity for a few minutes. This would be similar to the spaceflight Blue Origin and Virgin Galactic offer today. In the future, though, Indian space tourism could extend to orbital stays. Imagine orbiting Earth for a few days, staying at a space hotel while looking down at the planet below. This experience would not only be thrilling but could offer a unique scientific, educational, and research opportunities. So, what are the challenges for space tourism in India? As exciting as space tourism is, there are several challenges to making it in a reality in India. So, first is high cost. Space travel is still incredibly expensive. A ticket for a seat on a suborbital flight today range from hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. While India is known for cost-effective solution, making space tourism affordable will be a major challenge. Second is safety. Human space flight comes with an inherent risk. Ensuring the safety of civilians on space missions will be a top priority. And it's something that requires significant investment in technology and infrastructure. And so talking about the infrastructure, currently India lacks dedicated space ports needed for launching space tourists. Building this infrastructure along with the Space Training Center will require collaboration between the government and the private sector. So, it comes with the benefit of space tourism for India. Despite this challenge, benefit of space tourism are immense. First, economic growth. Space tourism could be a multi-billion-dollar industry, creating thousands of jobs and boosting related sectors like aerospace, tourism, and research. Second is technological advancement. Developing the technologies for space tourism could lead to innovation in other fields like transportation, energies, and material science. And last, inspiration for future generations. Space tourism could inspire young Indians to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It could also ignite public interest in space exploration, leading to further investment and innovation. So, the future of space tourism in India is bright, but it's still in the early stage. With the expertise of ISRO's and ambition of private companies like Skyroot and Agnikul, India could be sending space tourists on journeys beyond Earth. The question is, will you be one of them? If you're excited about the future of space tourism, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content on the future of space exploration. Thank you.